Come on, let's have an adventure. Let's go to Antarctica. You know, penguins, icebergs, big mountains sticking up out of the Southern Ocean, all covered with glaciers and snow. This'll be great. Let's go. Of course, it's a long way to get there. For me, I started in Europe, and it's a very long flight to get to Buenos Aires on the very iffy airline, Aerolíneas Argentinas. And then there's another flight from Buenos Aires down to Ushuaia, Tierra del Fuego. That's the southernmost, well, they call it the southernmost city. And that's where you get aboard the Russian research vessel, the Sergey Vavilov. And then the fun begins, because it's not always smooth sailing. And I'm one of the few on board saying, I hope it gets rough, I hope it gets rough. That was not a popular sentiment. And we'll head from Ushuaia northeast, not south yet, northeast to the Falkland Islands, remember the war? And then east again to South Georgia Island, because that's where penguin encounters happen. And we're going to save that for a different video. You'll see it if you look in the list of different parts of the adventure. And you really get up close and personal. I'm telling you, the first time you walk ashore and see all those penguins, and they don't run away from you, they're curious. And by the way, those are not gravel dots down beneath me. Each is an individual penguin. Look, it goes way out the beach, way to the left. It goes to the right. It's 200,000 penguins. Watch the video, watch the video. But let's go to Antarctica. And that means we have to leave all those penguins on South Georgia Island and continue sailing south to the Antarctic Peninsula, which is part of the continent, but it sticks up as far north as you can get from the South Pole and still be in Antarctica. And although we made several landings there, they're all a little different, and they all involve some interesting aspect.
So yesterday had practically a blizzard here. It's midsummer, and this is Ushuaia. Started life as a penal colony. There's the old prison of Ushuaia, and some of the snow has been sticking up there. Not terribly cold. And this is the vessel. So here we are aboard the Vavilov, which is quite a bit different from being aboard the Celebrity Infinity. Don't know what their itinerary is, but this type of ship that we're on is an ice-strengthened ship designed for polar exploration, oceanographic research, built for a Russian academy of something or other. So it definitely does not have the luxury touches of a ship like that one. So perfect, there's a fur seal on an iceberg, and the wake of our ship is just rocking that berg and waking up the seal. Penguins out for a morning swim. So here's how it happens, how the Zodiacs get ready for our cruising and for the kayakers. So this crane operator picks them one by one off the deck. They lower them down, fire up the outboards. And usually the first boat goes ashore and makes sure the landing is safe and all is well. And then the kayaks go ashore. And this Cooperville landing, which is next, I don't think you can pick it up on the video, but the shoreline is just lined with little dots, which are Gentoo penguins, so I hope to commune with them. So this is the process we go through for each landing. It's our very last hour here, and the entire naval contingent is headed for a whale, probably minke. There, right here, right there. Two minkies right there. Well, if this doesn't feel like Antarctica, I don't know what would. It's the last morning before we begin the notorious Drake Passage. Hours well underway, and I think whales are next. So here's the group. Here's what happens at the end of the day after the big adventures. We're all gathered and talking about the fun we had.
But where are the penguins? Well, our destination was Antarctica for this video, but the penguins, man, that's South Georgia Island. You gotta go there. The feeling of being surrounded by 200,000 penguins, you just can't beat it. So go see the South Georgia Island video. In the meanwhile, thanks for coming along. I wanted to give you a taste of what it's like to cruise to Antarctica. And sure enough, you encounter icebergs and all that you think you will, although the wildlife's really on South Georgia Island. There's just no feeling like having 200,000 penguins there on the beach making a racket beneath you. Thanks for coming along. I'm George Walther, and I invite you to see my other videos and have some adventures with me.